This is a screencast for Subtract Polynomials Intro. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to subtract polynomials in a variety of settings. In order to be successful in this unit, you should have a pretty good idea how to combine like terms and/or add polynomials. You'll also need to understand distribution. After we learn how to subtract polynomials intro, we'll be ready to add and subtract polynomials just in other various settings, more complex settings. So let's take a look at our first example. We are going to subtract, and our answer should be a polynomial in standard form. So again, that means that the largest exponents are on the left and the smallest exponents are on the right. And we do have to be careful, especially as we're going to start mixing up addition and subtraction, that you pay attention to whether or not there's a symbol in the middle and what that symbol in the middle is. So we just can't assume that it's addition, and we cannot assume it's multiplication. If there's no symbol in between, it would be multiply. So here we clearly have a subtraction sign, so we are going to subtract. And likewise, what we did for addition was we just got rid of the parentheses. And that is something that we would like to do, but we need to be careful because we're only allowed to just automatically get rid of the parentheses in an addition problem. For subtraction, we have to understand that there is a distribution that's going to happen. So if we think about what is actually happening here, there is an invisible 1. So really what we're doing is we're taking this minuend, that's the official word for thing you're going to subtract from, and we are subtracting from it the subtrahend. Again, just official words. And there's just like one subtrahend, so there's that 1 there. And this is going to be useful to think of it this way because whenever I see subtraction, I still will sometimes add the opposite. So what we're really doing is taking, we're taking this minutia, the first thing, and we are adding it to -1 times that. And this is where we get our distribution from. So for the first part, I'm just going to rewrite it without the parentheses. The first part is not the issue. The issue comes in the second part. I need to distribute that -1. So I'm going to distribute it to the 4x squared. So that would give me -4x to the 4th. I need to distribute it to the 2x to the 2nd. So that would be a -2x to the 2nd. And then I need to distribute it to that -5x, and the negative times the negative is positive. So now this looks just like an addition problem. And again, it's really just a matter of combining your like terms. If you want to, you can group your like terms together, and it would look something like this. And don't forget that that is an optional step. You can go straight from the step before. So we have a -5x to the 4th minus 4x to the 4th. So that's going to be -9x to the 4th. We have a -3x squared, and it does not have another like term. So it would just be -3x to the 3rd. Here we do have like terms, 7x squared minus 2x squared, that's just 5x squared. And then the 5x does not have a like term, so we'll just leave it as is. So actually when we do this subtraction, we're going to end up with 4 terms. Okay, let's take a look at the next problem. Oh, sorry, that's our answer. And here, again, it's just a different format. We've got 2 polynomials. One is called P, one is called Q, and we're going to subtract them. So the way that I'm going to start off with this problem is by substituting. And remember, when we substitute, it's always a good idea to put it in parentheses, especially when you're dealing with subtraction. So now that this problem looks just like the other one, I need to remember that's what's really going on here is we're adding an opposite and actually adding the opposite of 1. And what I'm going to do is distribute that -1. Oh, sorry. First, we just take the first part out of the parentheses, and now we're going to distribute that -1 to the second part, to the subtrahend, if you want to be technical. So -1 times -2k squared is going to give us a positive 2k squared. When we distribute the -1 to the 8k, that will be a -8k. And then when we distribute the -1 to the -3, that would be positive 3. So if you can see the like terms and you are comfortable working with like terms, you can go from here. Otherwise, you can rearrange them so that you are looking at like terms that are closer together. So 3k squared plus 2k squared, that's 5k squared. -2k minus 8k, that would be -10k. And then -8 plus 3 is -5. So that would be our answer. And I'll just write it back up here. Okay, so those were 2 examples of how you can subtract polynomials in a variety of settings.